company.
Tonight on Ctv3 News, mass killing in San Pedro. A 3-year-old and her father are two of the 3 victims. 3 Mexican nationals rescued in Belizean waters. A portion of the recently paved San 7 road is damaged by a reckless driver or drivers. And the traffic accident claims the life of 1 man here in the north. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, October 23rd, 2023.
That'll be $50. Thank you. Wait, hey, this 50 is a fake.
How do you know it's a fake?
What are you talking about, sir? How can I identify a genuine note from a fake note?
Well, a genuine 50 has a watermark with the jaguar and the written words of the 50, also a thread.
Know your money and know a fake one when you see it. Do not rely on any one security feature. Look for the clarity and quality of printing. The printed lines and colors should be sharp and clear. Feel the quality of the paper and the raised print. Hold the note up to the light to see the windowed security thread. It should form one complete line when held up to the light. The watermark and denominational electrotype. The Jaguar is the watermark in the $100 and $50 notes. The Sleeping Giant is the watermark in the $20, $10, $5, and $2 notes. The see-through feature. The parts of the design printed on the back should fit exactly within the unprinted areas of the front to form the complete design. Check the $100 note for the toucan hologram with the periwinkle flower overprint. Tilt it to see the small images of the toucan and the numeral 100. Check the $50 note for the green foil angelfish. Check even closer. Use an ultraviolet light to see the fluorescent features. Use a magnifier to see the microlettering. Tiny letters that read Central Bank of Belize and the value of the note. Stop the circulation of counterfeit Belize currency notes. Pass all counterfeits to the police at once. It is a criminal offense to hold or use a counterfeit. Be safe. Be sure. Know your money.
Jonas, we need your help. We're detecting increased aquatic activity 25,000 feet deep in the trench. It's an ancient ecosystem untouched by man. Whatever is down there is trying to make its way to the surface. This was a bad idea.
Just a little bit.
Jonas, we've got company.
That's the biggest Meg I've ever seen.
Biggest Meg anyone's ever seen.
That's the apex predator.
Everybody make it to the station! You can make it! Keep going!
3 massive Megs and who knows what else have escaped the breach.
I just hope it goes better than last time.
What happened last time?
You don't want to know.
This ain't the end. I saw you again.
Go! We've never seen this before. They hunted in packs.
We can relax. This place, Meg-proof. I mean, Jonas was always afraid of this, but I was also thinking...
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. It was about 12:30 this morning when the unthinkable happened in La Isla Bonita. Dozens of gunshots rang out, shattering the peace of the night. When the gunfire ceased, 4 persons were hurt and 3 lay dead. The victims, Carlos Che, Delmar Rodriguez, and his 3-year-old baby girl. Today, Elmer Cornejo drove to Libertad Village to speak to the parents of Carlos Che, who shared the details they have been able to gather since tragedy struck on the island.
This morning, shortly after midnight, a barrage of bullets as many as 60 were fired in San Pedrito area and the island town of San Pedro. When the gunfire ceased, 3 persons were dead, including a 3-year-old baby girl and her father, while 4 others were injured. While the details of this recent horrendous act are still being unearthed, we were able to establish that at around 12:30 a.m. today, 25-year-old fisherman Delmar Rodriguez was with his wife, daughter, and 2 friends heading home on a golf cart. But the night turned deadly when Rodriguez made a turn onto a back street by the lagoon in the area of San Pedrito, and 2 men in dark clothing emerged from the mangroves, letting off a hail of gunshots indiscriminately at the cart and its occupants. Rodriguez was killed instantaneously and fell off the cart. At that time, one of the other men who were also injured jumped behind the wheel and raced to the island polyclinic with the baby Amari Rodriguez, who had been sitting beside her father when the shots rang out. She too had been injured and was bleeding profusely. Sadly, baby Amari was pronounced dead on arrival at the polyclinic. Back at the scene, Carlos Che, also a fisherman, jumped a nearby fence to escape the gunmen. But the bullets somehow found him, and Che would take his last breath alone, away from anyone he knew. Today, as his family mourns his death, they are left with more questions than answers. For one, they are left wondering what made Che go back to San Pedro on Saturday morning, and less than 24 hours after his arrival, he would be murdered execution style. Though not confirmed, word is that a triple murder is drug-related.
Actually, this morning I was sleeping when my ex-wife called me and gave me the bad news that my son has been shot and killed already. So I jumped out of my bed and, I didn't know what to do at the same time, right? So I tried calling my other son, get information. He doesn't answer his phone. So I went to the house and explained to him. He said he didn't believe it. So he tried to contact my sister in San Pedro, and so we find out it's truth. The motive, and I don't know exactly what happened. I don't got full details yet. I'm in Corozal right now.
We understand that a lone gunman, came out of the mangroves and just aimed indiscriminately with whoever was on the golf cart.
Well, as far as I understand, my sister just said that then was in a golf cart, I know if partying or doing what when somebody just shot at her. That's the way always she told me. She doesn't tell me full details or nothing because she was in shock too, and so I can't explain much about it.
Was he there at the wrong time, at the wrong place, with the wrong persons?
Yes. I think so, yes.
He talked more with his mother, not with me.
I think so, yes. Yes.
You think that yes?
Yes.
Why do you think that he was targeted though?
Because he tell me that how he want to go and make some money to San Pedro because he want to go and pay his rent. Because he is desperate for his rent. So he tell my daughter how he need to go to San Pedro to work, and then he called that how he's fishing. So he tell his wife, his Kamala wife, that how he don't make the money already and he have to bring this money to pay the rent. So later on this morning we hear at around 1:30 that how then don't kill my son. So I don't know why. Yeah. And my nephew is injured too.
The last time you saw your son?
It's last week Tuesday. He came to me, he talked to me around the area, saying, like actually anytime he got the free time, he come visit me, and when I got the free time, we talk together, but it's not much time we make up because everybody is in the own looking for job, we doesn't have a straight job. We just depend on killing yards or the castle or everything we come in. Life is hard and we have to continue.
And because of that, he went to San Pedro. My understanding, he arrived in San Pedro on Saturday morning.
Well, far as I understand, I talked with his wife this morning or this morning. She told me that he went to San Pedro Saturday to try to do his fishing because his cousin called here and told him the conch season is open and it's time to make some money. I understand he got one fishing license. That's the reason he went there. That's what they told me, right? But I never knew that he went to San Pedro.
And then a few hours later, he was killed.
I get a call that he's already dead already. I mean, less than 24 hours that he gone.
As for the other victims, 3 of the 4 are in critical condition. They include Jose Hernandez, of 31 years of age, who is in a stable condition. Leonel Cornejo, 27, Ivan Guerra, 23, and Randy Guerra, 19, all had to undergo emergency surgery at the KHMH. We made inquiries about the status of Leonel Cornejo, who received 2 gunshots with the bullets traversing the frontal part of his abdomen and exiting his back. Cornejo is admitted in a critical condition at the Carl Huesner Memorial Hospital.
I know something about he that a couple years ago or so, couple time ago, he get shot in his suit. I understand the police do it too, because probably he was in a wrong move. So what I can't judge no one, I know God. That is only the law, know the truth. I don't know about that.
And now that he's at the hospital?
I understand he's in hospital in a kind of critical condition. And here he get a shot in his stomach or one in his kidney. I just know the real truth yet. But I wish he get back and he talk and say who do this.
As preparations are made for Chi's burial, his father, Calvin Chase, says he is in need of assistance.
I want to talk with the mayor, also the minister, Mr. Andre Perez. I need your help. Please give me a hand to see if I could get my son here. I didn't have money for boxes for the caffeine or nothing. I'm in Corozal. Mr. Andre, please give me a call. My name is Calvin Chase. You know me good. My phone number is 655-5686. My phone number is 655-5686. Mr. Andre, if you listen to me, please, I need your help. I always do it, Even for election, I ride where I could pay my own passage to go and do my job with I need, turn your back for me this time. I need your help.
And as the investigation unfolds, Chi says that the families demanded justice.
Ask the law, please do your job. I need you guys to move and do things, not just hold the page and just dash it on a corner. Because I remember holding border my brother Van Dam is in right there, nobody nothing will do it, or nobody get arrested or charged. Also, years ago to they killed my nephew Michael Kowo. And the same thing happened. We don't get no justice. Like I said before, we are hardworking guys and we try to survive every day. And we respect the law, respect rules and regulations. That's why we beg the law for do this, because it will be one day maybe that other families or other person can't take no more when it's no justice, and then they want to take justice in their own hands, which is not what we want. So we beg you for that. I want to say this, go make the law do as far as possible to do and get this guy behind bars and no bail, no money running at this. Like I said before, I want real justice.
We understand that police are searching for one person of interest that can assist in the investigation. Elmer Cornejo, Ctv3 News.
This is the third time Leonel Cornejo has been shot and survived. On the other hand, Delmar Rodriguez was known for being a fisherman. In September 2018, he and 10 other island fishers were awarded for completing a fly fishing course. Rodriguez received his license as a fly fishing guide during a ceremony held at the Holchan Marine Reserve. In August 2020, Rodriguez ran into legal trouble after he and 5 other fishermen were caught with undersized and out-of-season marine products for which the group was fined over 55,000 Belize dollars. As we told you, the situation in San Pedro is tense after a bloody triple murder that was registered early this morning. While the story is shocking, there are still many questions that need answers. Reports suggest the incident is drug and gang related, something that has not been able to be clarified. What is certain, though, is that 3 persons, including a 3-year-old, died and 4 others were injured, with 3 undergoing emergency surgery in Belize City. Our colleagues at 7 News were on the island and they spoke to sister of one of the murdered victims, Delmar Rodriguez. She recounted what she heard and saw.
What had happened to your brother?
Because when I heard the gunshot, it may sound like fireworks, and me and my husband run out through the door. Then when I see my sister-in-law with my niece in her hand, me don't get shot, and she tell me, Kunis, they shot your brother. So I run down and I can see her. When I see them, my brother, I'm in the dasher right there. Then some coward person would do it.
How fast did all this happen?
Quick. I mean, he sit down to wait for her under the window, but he never reach home. And he never want to come home again.
Your niece, I understand that she was shot 4 times.
4 times.
How devastating is that?
Him in my hand, they sleep. And when she come, she just tell me they shot the baby and they take off with the next person will get shot.
Mom, I understand that your brother had previously received threats on his life. Do you guys believe that may have, led to this incident?
Yes. The person would do it, and then I sound like what I say again, then I'm some cold-blooded person, then I some coward. Because they couldn't, if they want to kill my brother, they should have killed him when he in there by himself, now with my niece.
Your brother, what he was doing is that he was selling his catch, right?
Yes, he got collect a check. What check where he may, gonna change what check. And he look like he gonna take all his family then by Sunday tours. And coming back home, they ambush and right there, the car in the bush.
According to Frida Rodriguez, her brother had been threatened before, and to make things worse, she claims the trigger man is known to the family.
Right there, Belize, every time they have killing, no justice, then just left it like that. But I hope we could get justice for this.
When did he receive those threats on his life? How long ago was that?
That, like a couple weeks ago.
Did he report it to police right away?
Yes.
And did he tell you why these people were coming after him?
No idea.
Did the police try to speak to him, or did they offer any assistance to him?
Yes, they don't come look for her already because they may report it.
You think they could have done more to protect your brother?
Well, the person would do it, no, we know that who. And he would do it, not have no shame. Cause he know we do a lot for him.
So he was a family friend before this?
Yes.
Tell me about your brother, his personality.
He not me a fisherman. He may just come from like he gonna do fishing, he gonna sell. He come in smell nice and he tell me, free lend me your golf cart, I'm going to change your check. He's gonna sell some lobster for my husband and he tell me he gonna change my husband check when he sell the lobster. And I mean the gonna leave me say I take long for the golf cart. I never sit down and wait like for say for him because he's not a big person, but last night yes, I do sit down and wait for her. And they never reach home to me.
What was the last conversation like you had with your brother?
I never go and sit down at the bridge like that with him to see what he catch. And yesterday I gone and I gone with my two sister-in-law, my two brother, what are Delma Rodriguez, and my next brother, what are Kevin. And my niece still holla, Daddy, Daddy, you bring lobster for me? And Delma tell her, yes. What I marry. He carry Angel with her.
Rodriguez was a well-known fisherman on the island and related to Jorge Aldana. He spoke to the media this morning and confirmed that his nephew was no saint but did not have to die in such a violent manner.
My nephew was no innocent person, and I'll be the first person to admit that, at some point they were involved in some level of illicit activities, and he tried to move away from that level of activity. In fact, he had been cooperating with police over the past year. He has cooperated with the police, and as recent as Friday, when he received threats from the same people now that are being sought by police, that he was going to be killed. He tried to cooperate as much as possible with police in different levels of investigation. And so I believe the breakaway, there have been several theories floating around. One of them is that he had sought to give police some level of information that was incriminating to them, and so it was time to get rid of who knows a lot, right?
Do you believe that there may be crooked cops that may had not directly or maybe indirectly played a role in your nephew's murder?
Well, there have been several instances where my nephew has, and not only my nephew, but several other street elements have come forward to police, feeding them with evidence and information about rogue police officers on the island who aid, assist, and facilitate these known terrorists in their illicit activities. Police that my nephew, as recent as Friday, gave police information that some of these police officers have benefited in the vicinity of $80,000 to facilitate and aid criminals in San Pedro. So if you're asking me if rogue police officers are involved, I strongly believe that blood is in the hands of rogue police officers who aid and abetted with these criminals.
Aldana says the family is now living in fear.
These people knows no boundary. I mean, these people have been in and out of jail over and over and over again. And so for them, killing someone is like plucking a feather out of a bird.
Failed justice system.
A failed justice system on all levels, a failed justice system in the police system itself. Because when you feed the police with certain information, some of the known criminals get the information before the person gets out of the police station. And so this is what we're faced with. We have a rogue system, we have a rogue justice system that only works for the criminals. But if you're a thief only can assassinate to feed your family, bet the cook you're going to jail for a couple of years.
Is your family now in any kind of fear that you guys might be targeted at, since you guys know who it is?
Well, absolutely. I fear for the wife, Kamala, wife of Delmar. She positively named and came face to face with the two persons that are being sought by police. And so most definitely we fear for her safety and the safety of her two children that stays behind. And so we're trying to cooperate as much with police, reaching out. We're trying to give police all the information we possibly can in the effort that her protection be guaranteed.
The early morning killing of 3 persons in the San Pedrito area of San Pedro has the police on high alert. While no suspects have been detained, the police know who they are looking for. This morning, the Commissioner of Police, Chester Williams, spoke on the mass killing that has stunned the entire nation.
This morning, around 12:04 a.m., San Pedro police were called to the San Pedro Polyclinic, where on arrival they observed 4 persons being attended to by the doctors. All exhibited what appeared to be gunshot injuries to varying degree of the body. The police later went to an area in the San Pedrito area of San Pedro town, where on arrival the lifeless body of 2 male persons was seen. The police went ahead and did what needed to have been done in processing the scene. The name of those 2 deceased persons were learnt, as well as other information. In interviewing a witness who was in the area, police were told that one of the deceased persons, a guy Delmar Rodriguez, his common law wife, their 2-year-old daughter, and another male person who is also deceased were on a golf cart heading home in the San Pedrito area. Not too far away from their home on the back street, they were ambushed from the lagoon side, from the mangrove, by 2 individuals brandishing firearms. The witness went on to give more details in terms of what they may have seen at the particular moment. So far, the 2-year-old has died. She was pronounced dead at the San Pedro clinic by the doctor. And then we had the other 2 bodies that were found on the scene. The other injured were ferried to Carl Hushner Memorial Hospital here in Belize City, where 3 are admitted in stable condition and 1 is in a critical condition, but he has undergone surgery. And so I guess the doctors are just waiting to see how the surgery is going to work, and we know that the first 48 hours is normally critical, and so we continue to be hopeful that he's going to make it. What we have done so far is that we have deployed a team of senior investigators from major crime to assist the San Pedro police in that investigation. We have also deployed additional manpower from the specialized unit to go and assist in search of the 2 suspects. At this time, we're looking for 2 individuals, that is Michael Brown and Christian Espat. Those 2 persons are currently being sought by the police, and we are appealing to the public that if they have any information pertinent to their whereabouts, to please feel free to call us so that we can go and remove these 2 dangerous criminals off our streets.
According to the commissioner, the names are prominent at the department because the suspected gunmen have been in and out of prison for various crimes, with the most recent being last week when they were detained by San Pedro police.
Christian Espat is not new. It has been called on numerous occasions for allegedly committing crimes of this nature. There's a lot the police in San Pedro has done, conducting operations prior to this incident. And if a matter of fact, with Mr. Cowell in San Pedro, we see where he picked up from where Mr. Noble had left off in terms of ensuring that they conduct regular operations on the island. And I can tell you that since the beginning of this year, San Pedro police have removed over 20 firearms off the streets, including some very high-powered weapons, and over 400 rounds of ammunition. And so that goes to show the extent to which they have been doing operations. And if a matter of fact, they did one just last week. And those same two individuals who are now suspects were detained as a part of that operation. But again, you know the issue with attorneys calling and pressuring the police, and eventually they were released from custody. And then what happened last night took place. What we have gathered in terms of a motive is that there may have been some drugs found by one of the deceased person. As you would know that one of the deceased person was a close affiliate of Christian Espat. And apparently after drugs were found, there was a division between them due to the fact that what we are hearing, that there was not an equitable share of the drugs. And based on that, he was targeted by the Espat. So it is a motive that we're looking at. We believe the motive is credible based on what we have gotten from other sources. And so the police continue to look at that investigation.
As we told you, the early morning execution of Carlos Chi, Delma Rodriguez, and Amari Rodriguez in San Pedro has everyone on the island worried about their safety. The incident has raised eyebrows because it is one that is reportedly drug-related. Commissioner of Police Chester Williams says the department is looking at all angles and will be tackling the playadoras who comb the northern uninhabited portion of the island for drugs that float and find itself between that debris.
We do know that there is an issue with the playadoras in North Ambergris Key. And that was one of the reasons why we had set up the forward operating base on Northern Ambergris Key where we currently have it. And then we also have the Coast Guard base, which is much more up from where we have our base. And you would know, again, because we always release this information to the media, that on numerous occasions the police have found parcels of drugs in that channel on North Ambergris Key. And those drugs have always revealed to be cocaine, except for one instance where the parcel was cannabis. But we constantly conduct patrols along that area, targeting the playadors, all in a view to prevent them from finding or walking the beach and looking for drugs. But again, the police cannot live on the beaches, and so they would take opportunity when police is not conducting patrols to go and search. And yes, certainly what we understand is that a whole bale may have been found by the individual. And again, that is going to pose serious problems. So I want to appeal to people. Whenever you find these drugs, please surrender it to the authorities. Keeping it and try to dispose of it only bring problem to you and your families. And I don't think your life worth a couple kilos of cocaine. It doesn't work that. So the right thing to do would be to surrender it to the police. We have gathered or obtained 2 vessels for San Pedro police, again with a view to ensure that we have maritime asset to do patrols in both the lagoon as well as in the ocean part of San Pedro. And again, those 2 boats have been very active with our operational team, conducting patrols in the lagoon and conducting patrols along the seafront. So that is going to continue for as long as we possibly can, even though it's an expensive venture. But again, to ensure the security of our people, I don't think that the cost should be an issue for us.
One person is dead following an accident on the Philip Golson Highway in the community of San Jose over the weekend. Reports are that 44-year-old Belize City resident Hassan Mamal was driving a Dodge Ram pickup truck traveling towards Orange Walk Town when a male person riding a bicycle veered into the road. While the driver says he attempted to swerve, he was unable to turn in on time and hit the cyclist head-on. The victim has been identified as 69-year-old Inez Gonzalez from the Corozal district, who reportedly died on impact. Police are currently investigating this latest traffic fatality to determine if any charges will be levied against the driver.
Police responded to a fatal RTA between miles 61 and 62 on the Philip Golson Highway. Upon the arrival, they found a drum vehicle, which was being driven by Hassan Ramal. Also seen was a bicycle on the road, extensively damaged. The lifeless body of a male person was observed. Information is that Hassan Ramal was driving the drum when he hit a bicycle. Investigation was conducted. Thereafter, the person was identified as Inez Gonzalez, 69 years, of Corozal. Police are presently conducting an investigation into this report, and it will be determined what charges will be levied.
Yeah, the driver said that he just came out onto the road and he was powerless and stuff.
Yes, that is the information he provided, that he was driving when this bicycle suddenly came on the road.
Hassan Mamal has been issued a notice of intended prosecution as police investigation continues. Coming up next, a decrease in LPG prices. Stay tuned.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?
Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not gonna lose her again. Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. It's my face. You stole my face.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe. Zod.
We've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
Oh. You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry. We're Barry. Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this. Come on,
Let's go! We gotta catch up with Scooby-Doo!
In the middle of nowhere, Scooby-Doo found a little courage.
That's me!
It's my friends. Oh! And a lot of adventure.
Like, man, this place is totally freaky. Why is the water dripping upward?
Now,
If you're in a situation, I've never seen cicadas that big before. More weird and creepy, mysterious stuff happens in nowhere than anywhere else in the world.
it's on our flag.
Getting scared, then welcome to the town that isn't there.
Enjoy.
Yes, there's nowhere to run.
The insects grow to crazy sizes here.
Where creepy is a compliment, bananas is a verb. Bravery, I'm confident, is still a dirty word.
And nowhere to hide.
Gesundheit!
Oh, thank you.
If you're falling down a rabbit hole, the only way. So laugh until you cry a bit, and then you'll get unstuck. Are you nutty as a bouquet? Are you loony as a tune? Then quit your scowl and do some howling at the moon, like me. Woohoo!
We gotta save Scoob!
Straight out of nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Woohoo! Jackpot! Watch the masters at work!
Needs more mustard. Excuse me, must have been something I ate. Look for it on digital and DVD.
The Riviera Maya News reported over the weekend that 3 individuals who were reported missing from Banco Chinchorro Island were located in Belizean waters. The 2 men and a woman left Banco Chinchorro by boat on a Tuesday, intending to head for the mainland of Mahawal. Their boat, named Aurora de la Mañana, was found near Cayo Luna by Belizean authorities after Mexico's Secretary of the Navy collaborated with them in the search operation. The individuals on board were identified as 59-year-old Jose Guadalupe Cetina Martin, his partner, 40-year-old Cristina Lizama Martin, and their worker, 55-year-old Jose Morales Hernandez. The trio had set out in a boat to get supplies from the mainland at Mahawal when they were pushed by strong winds. Belize Coast Guard discovered the trio roughly 92.6 kilometers southeast of the Zaragoza Canal within Belize's territorial waters. The search operations were intensive. A Defender-type vessel from Chitomal's Maritime Search, Rescue, and Surveillance Station, NSAR, was dispatched, and the Mexican Navy also employed a Texan-type aircraft. The Belizean Coast Guard played an instrumental role, offering their support throughout the search operations, and were credited with locating the Aurora de la Mañana. After being found, the trio were handed over to NSAR personnel in Chitomal, who facilitated their subsequent journey to Mahawal. All 3 individuals were reported to be in good health and have since been reunited with their loved ones. Earlier this year, the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing launched a project to have the Orange Walk San Esteban access road completely paved. This project comes after years of clamoring from residents in the area. Now, while works are currently ongoing as Phase 1 of the project, which includes the paving of the road from the Banquitas Bridge to the San Esteban roundabout, the ministry is advising residents to exercise caution when traversing the area. A few days ago, the ministry reported damage to the newly paved road caused by speeding. Today, our news team spoke to Chief Engineer at the Ministry of Infrastructure, Avondale Moody, who spoke on the major setbacks caused when residents do not respect construction signs and regulations on the road.
The Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing is currently executing the implementation of the upgrade of the San Esteban Road from Banquitas, which is the bridge in Orange Walk Town, to the San Esteban Village. The total length of the project is approximately 8.9 kilometers. And the idea behind the project is to basically bring that existing gravel road to a paved international standard, whereby we will have a total cross-sectional width of 9.3 meters, which would cover 2 lanes of traffic. And we also have a 1 meter shoulder on either side of the carriageway. Last week, we commenced with the paving of the first section of the road, which is from Banquitas towards the San Esteban roundabout on the Orange Walk Town bypass, where we have paved approximately 880 meters to demonstrate exactly what the road will look like. However, it's important that we inform motorists and drivers and residents of the area to please take caution when they're driving within the construction zone. We know that we had a section of the pavement that was damaged by motorists, specifically because they're braking on the fresh pavement, which is not good for the works that we're currently implementing, because it would cause the pavement to strip because it has not really been cured as yet. And so the idea is that we have to inform the public to please take precaution when you're driving within the construction zone and not to speed, because I think speeding is one of the problems that we have in all our construction sites that we're implementing throughout the country at this point in time.
Similar incidents have been reported at different MIDH projects across the country. The hope, according to Moody, is to educate drivers about the importance of driving with caution and respecting road signs, which are usually present at all construction sites.
With respect to the carelessness of motorists, it's something that we've been noticing on a number of our projects that we're implementing countrywide, where we're trying our best to improve all our highways and our secondary roads to a paved standard. And I know in some areas they were just used to driving on a gravel road. However, with the pavement that we are now installing, people are now increasing their speed. They're going faster. And so we are mindful that with that excessive speed, that creates problem for us in terms of the construction activities that we are currently implementing, because the project is not finished. And so we still have workers and so forth working on the project. The pavement itself, as I said, it's fresh pavement, and the damages that would be caused could create potholes, and that would kind of show as though the workmanship of the contractor is not good, which is not the case. It's just that we have to be mindful when we are driving to take keen precaution not to damage the asset that we're trying to create for the public.
The project to pave the San Esteban access road, according to Moody, comes in line with previous MIDH projects to pave the main streets within the village and will include the upgrading of close to 9 kilometers of road.
That area of Orange Walk district have never been paved in the past. And so the amount of works that we have done within San Esteban village with the paving of some of those streets using hot mix asphalt cement would definitely complement what we're doing on the access road now coming from Orange Walk Town towards San Esteban. So the village itself would have complete connectivity with Orange Walk Town. We are also upgrading the Orange Walk Town bypass, which traverses the roundabout that connects San Esteban. So with that itself, we have made significant strides to improve the road network within that area of Orange Walk district. There's a number of other streets within the town itself that the ministry is also implementing the paving works within that municipality as well. And so from the ministry's standpoint, we have been doing a significant amount of work within our Orange Walk, but it's not just Orange Walk itself. We're doing works throughout the entire country. We're doing similar works in Corozal, in Benque, in Punta Gorda, in Belize City. So the works that we're doing from MIDH is stretched through the entire country, and we're trying to do as much as we can to improve our road network for the betterment of the public. The idea is for us to also include the installation of additional drainage structures in an effort to uplift that road to be more climate resilient and also to pave the entire 8.9 kilometers. We commenced those works in February of 2023, and we are making very good progress, as you have seen, with the works that are being done at this current point in time. And the idea is for us to try and complete those works by the ending of this year towards the first quarter of next year. We believe by the ending of this year, we should have most of it paved. However, we will still have the road furniture such as line markings and signs and road studs that needs to be installed. And so we expect that those will be done within the first month of the new year.
The San 7 Orange Walk project is expected to finalize in the new year. The price of liquid petroleum gas saw a slight decrease of 21 cents today, Monday, October 23rd. The change reflects wholesale volume and retail sale by volume in both urban and rural areas. This means that the wholesale price for LPG is now $3.62, down from $3.83. In urban areas, the retail price will be $1.19 per pound or $5.22 per gallon. Prices in the rural areas will decrease to $1.22 per pound or $5.32 per gallon. According to the Supplies Control Unit SCU in the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, the decrease of 21 cents per gallon is a result of a reduction in the acquisition price of both butane and propane. In an effort to address the surging migration crisis, leaders from various nations convened at the meeting in Palenque for a summit. The gathering emphasized the need for a collaborative approach to tackle the root causes of migration. This is a humanitarian issue that we have to work on together, expressed Mexico's President López Obrador on social media. Accompanying the message, López Obrador posted a photograph alongside Miguel Díaz-Canel of Cuba, Xiomara Castro of Honduras, Gustavo Petro of Colombia, and Nicolás Maduro of Venezuela. The Haitian Prime Minister Ariel Henry was also present. López Obrador extended an offer of collaboration to the attending leaders, stating, Presidents, and Prime Minister count on our cooperation in everything necessary. Key attendees at the closed-door meeting in Palenque included Janina Tawini, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Panama, Felix Ulloa, the Vice President of El Salvador, Belize's Deputy Prime Minister Cordell Hyde, and Mary Muniz, the Second Vice President of Costa Rica. Delegations from Ecuador and Guatemala were also anticipated. The timing of the summit is significant as both Mexico and Central America are currently grappling with an escalating migration dilemma. As per the International Organization for Migration, IOM, the situation is unprecedented. López Obrador noted that as many as 16,000 migrants reach Mexican borders daily. With this gathering, López Obrador aims to formulate a unified proposal intended to be presented to the U.S. President Joe Biden in the upcoming month of November. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, October 24th here on Ctv3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.